What is going on, guys? Chris here, ironcoregyms.com. Wanted to go over some stories of, so I just turned, I'll be 41 this summer. I got into fitness when I was 14 years old, and I want to say I was very blessed to be around the people I was around and learn from who I've learned from over the years. I tell this story all the time of, setting and breaking some teenage records. I started competing when I was like 14, so I was a freshman in high school. I really didn't start looking at the records and stuff until I was probably junior, senior in high school. So I didn't think I was at that level yet. And I started working at the local gym, and I think we got paid on Monday or Tuesday. I went right down to Barnes & Noble's, and I would pick up the Powerlifting USA magazine, and I would go through that every month. And I would see the meet records, I would see the national records, I would see the teenage records. What was cool about that is the teenage records came out once a year for every weight class. And I remember for 165 pounds, that'd be awesome to be ranked there. So I saw who was number one, where they were ranked. I think they were top 20 in each weight class. You know what? A lot of these numbers are achievable. I just got to put the work in. So I remember going to Nazareth Barbell, met with Big Mike Miller, and he got me in training. Mike was a 440-pound man. He 6'4", 400-pound guy. And, he's like, we're going to get you as strong as you possibly can. Just got to show up. And I remember coming in with the guys. And these were the adults at the time. I was a teenager. I was scared out of my mind being there. These are guys that are top in the world at every weight class, no matter where they're at. And I was never afraid of those things. I would kind of shy off to the side. I would kind of do my own thing, but I was learning. I was watching. I was taking what they were doing and putting it into my own little workout. And I remember I was getting ready for the teenage competition, the teenage nationals in November. And the squat record was 550, 165, 18, 19-year-old class. And we were doing our opening squat attempts on a Monday. And I think I wanted to open, so what that means is you get 3 attempts in your squat, 3 attempts in your bench, 3 attempts in your deadlift. And you have to hit one in each of those or you bomb out of the meet. So you never want to go too high where you bomb. You never want to go too light where you got to make a really big jump there. So I want to say I started at 525. So we wrapped our knees, put the squat suit on, and at 525, boom, open, good. I just remember Big Mike was walking through the door. He was so big, he had to turn sideways, walk through the door, and he saw that squat. He's like, put 600 pounds on the bar. I'm 19 years old, 163 pounds. You don't say no to a 6'4", 400-pound monster. Okay, so I'll put 600 pounds on the bar, and he goes over, puts on Testament, 3 Days of Darkness. They had these huge speakers. They were this big box, 15-inch speakers. There's 4 of them. I remember him going over the radio, cranking that up. Put my knee wraps on, got my squat suit all set up. I remember he got the ammonia outfit first time. Put my nose, I'm like, whew! And he cracked me in the head. I was so amped up that day. It was unbelievable. I got under 600 pounds, and he's sitting there spotting. He's like, back, up. I came up so fast, went down again, did that for 2 reps there in the gym. That was the most by far I've ever squatted in my entire life, and I would have never done that if I didn't have somebody who believes in me and is pushing me. And we utilize that for everything we do today, because if, we're always sitting around doing things that make us comfortable, we're never going to get to where we want to go. And that's why, finding a coach like myself, everybody out there who's going to believe in you and push you to the limits that they know you're capable of, that's who you want to be around. That next year, that teenage the records came out. I was ranked second for the teenagers. I think it was for my deadlift. I deadlifted 525. Kid deadlifted 615. He was number one. Could never get that high at 19 years old. But I remember having those records on my parents' door at the house. So every morning I woke up, I saw those every time. I saw those records. It got me amped up, ready to go for that day, because that is right in front of you. If we have our records, our goals, things that excite us right in front of us all the time, we are going to be able to go into battle no matter what it is. If we do not have these in front of us, nobody knows about them, now we can kind of hide low. And I hate that. In today's day and age, you can't stand it. I want to put myself out there. This is what I'm going to go do, and I go and get it done. I'm not afraid. I'm not going to back down from these challenges. It's these little things like that are going to help me succeed. It's going to challenge my mindset, challenge my body. You know, my kids watch these things, they see these things too, so they know what dad's up to. Hopefully that translates to them. Hopefully they understand these things of, you know, wow, my dad can do anything he puts his mind to. My mom can do anything she puts her mind to. And we start doing this no matter every day, something, whatever it is. We build that such a massive mindset, a mentality, that we are capable of doing anything. Having a rough day, just think about my goals. You know, is this really worth getting worked up over? What happens in 3 days from this situation? 9 chances out of 10, it's washed away, you never see it again. These things go a long way in life, guys. I'll never forget those days at the gym back in the day when I was a teenager, being around these guys. I would fly to the competitions with them, drive in the car with them. I would just be alert and watch and observe. And put that onto my training today. That's why you get successful, because you're around successful people. All right, if you guys need help on that, please feel free to reach out. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that crazy cool stuff. All right, guys.